Hey everybody, I'm here today with Carol Nimitz, Chief Advancement Officer, and we're going to talk a little bit about a new artistic piece that arrived on campus last week. So tell me a little bit about what we're seeing outside Bowles Hall.
Yes, so the sculpture is Flukes. It was created and sculpted by Mr. Gund. The sculpture is about almost 4,000 pounds when you put the granite base and the sculpture together. And it is transformative.
Tell us a little bit about who Mr. Gund is. Like he's a benefactor of the school,
Yes.
has a connection, and how did this all evolve?
Yes. So Mr. Gund and his son Grant and Zach gave a wonderful gift to the school in memory of Mrs. Gund, Mrs. Lulie Leggett Gund. She was an Bartram alum of 1958. She was a boarder here. And they, of course, gave the gift to allow the girls to come over here to Gund Hall, which is on the north end of Bowles Hall, which is very exciting.
So tell me a little bit about how the evolution of the sculpture piece coming to Bowles came about.
Yes, so as you know, when we were getting to know Mr. Gund and his family a little bit more, we found out that Mr. Gund is actually a world-renowned sculptor. And so we were really excited about that aspect of his family and the fact that Lulie and him, his wife, they did that kind of together. And I thought that was a wonderful thing that would be well represented here on campus. And Mr. Gund was gracious enough to allow us to have a piece of this wonderful art here on our campus.
Yeah, it is quite remarkable. When they were installing it, I mean, they had to bring a giant crane in to come and lower it in, and it looks amazing. I mean, you can see it from in front of Bowles Hall. You can see it from the second, third floors of Bowles Hall. You can see it from the cafeteria. I mean, it is a wonderful piece. It's very centrally located.
Yeah, and it's so inspiring. I mean, not only the story behind what inspired the sculpture, but also, the aspect that it was something that Mr. Gund and Mrs. Gund worked on together, and of course it's in the Reflections Garden, which is overlooking Gund Hall, which is the new girls' dormitory.
Yeah, so, they are whale flukes, as a whale is sounding. So tell me a little bit about how he was inspired by that.
Yeah, so Mr. Gund and his family were at their beach home in Nantucket, and they were celebrating the July 4th weekend, and they got a call from a neighbor that let them know that some pilot whales had all washed up ashore, and so asked for their assistance to come down there and try to save these pilot whales. The lead pilot whale that all of the whales follow was actually sick and dying, and so they had followed him in, and they tried everything they could to push all of the pilot whales out. Most of them they were able to save, but some of them unfortunately came back because they don't like to leave their lead whale. But the sound the tail makes of them splashing into the water and knowing that they're home and they're safe is kind of what the sculpture is about. And hearing that calming sound was kind of the inspiration behind it. And as you know, Mr. Gund is blind and has been a champion with their Fighting Blind Foundation to help in that area throughout the world, and so it kind of has so many different facets of meaning behind it and inspiration that is it's really an amazing piece, and it's really meant to be a piece to touch and to feel. It's not a piece just to look at. It's actually an interactive piece.
Awesome. Well, we invite everybody to come to campus and view it. It's sublime positioning there, and it's in its nature. It's very, as you said, inspirational. And so We're appreciative of the Gund family for dedicating that and providing it for Bowles. And we look forward to having it on campus for perpetuity.
Yes, and we'd also like to invite everybody to come to the reception that's going to be happening in dedication on January 18th. It'll be taking place in the morning between 8:30 and 9:30. So welcome you to come, have some coffee, learn more about the sculpture. We'll have a lot of information out for everyone, and it'll just be a wonderful time to celebrate.
Well, thanks to the Gunn family, thanks to you and your team,
Yes.
and thanks to everybody out there for all that you do.